I'm out on a Survival School Level 2 Bushcraft Survival and Wilderness Living Skills course. While the students are on another session, I've come over to set up shelters. Okay, so for tonight they're going to be building their own natural shelters and living in them for this evening with a nice fire out the front. So I thought I'd show you our 3 different types of shelter that we show you on a Level 2 course. Okay, so this is more of a temperate environment. So 3 different types of shelter. So the lean-to, the thermal A-frame, and then a hybrid version of both of them mixed together. So you can use all sorts to get your shelter up. So we could use tools, so we could use axes, saws, knives if we've got them, so we can cut trees down, we can cut branches down. We can even dig, so if we had some sort of shovel or digging stick, we can dig and then make to put sticks into the ground. Or we can use trees around us and lashing, so we could use cord, paracord, rope, anything that we've got to lash poles to trees. Okay, but what we're going to do now is we're going to use gravity. Okay, and if you can find some Y sticks in the wilderness, they're your new best friends. Okay, obviously you're more than likely not going to just find them like this. We're going to need to cut them, so if you've got a saw, axe, knife, something to cut these, so a Y stick. Okay, and I've got a couple of Y sticks here, and this is going to help us with our gravity of holding this shelter together. So 2 Y sticks, I've got 2 trees, okay, good distance apart. In theory these could be a little bit bigger, but I will fit in here, a bit cozy, but I will fit. I've then got to find or cut a big ridge pole. Okay, so a nice thick ridge pole. Now the thicker this, the longer this is, the thicker and stronger it needs to be. It needs to take my body weight. If it can take my body weight, then it can take all the sticks, all the thatching, then maybe snow, rain, which is also going to make it heavier, and that's going to take that. I want my shelter facing this way. Okay, so the open area of my shelter is going to be facing this way, so I'm going to push everything onto this tree. Okay, gravity pushing onto this tree here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my Y sticks and I'm going to wedge this up against the tree in on my Y stick. So my Y stick is on the inside of the tree, which stops it falling that way. I'm going to take my other Y stick, exactly the same on this side, Y stick in, wedged up there on the inside of the tree, stops it falling that way. Then hopefully it will take my body weight. Okay, so that is supported, it's leaning against the tree this way, so I want all my thatching on this side is on the inside of the tree, so it's not going to just slip out either way. Or what the first thing I need to do is, when I'm building my shelter, is always look up. Okay, we're looking out for deadfall or widow makers. Okay, something that's going to come down, branches that are stuck up in the tree, dead trees. So we want to make sure that we're not under just a dead tree that's just going to come straight over, a little bit of wind, down it comes, it's going to ruin your night. Loads of other different things that we need to look at, like game trails, water sources, just even the bits and pieces in the area. Make sure that we've got enough of them. We're not too close, but close enough to a water source. And the materials in the area. So lots of different things that we need to look out for, but most important, look up. Okay, we want to be on quite a flat surface as well. This slopes down in the woodland here, so as flat as I got it here, as flat as I can here. But yeah, make sure that we've looked into all these different things before we actually start building our shelter. We don't want to make it too big either. So this is the start of my lean-to. Then what I'm going to do is just going to start to lay ribs along the shelter. Okay, all the way along. I don't want them poking up like this. If they're poking up like this, with all my thatching on top, the rain could then catch on here, run down the inside and then drip on my head all night, going to ruin my night. So down nice and low. We could cut these off. Okay, we don't need lots on here, just enough as ribs all the way along. Okay, like that. More on there. Okay, that one's a bit too small, so we can put that on the end, a bit of an angle. Once I'm happy that I've got my ribs on here, then I'm going to use natural hooks, nature's natural hooks. and then this is going to start to add a bit of filling to our shelter. So natural hooks just all on here. Obviously we want to start from the bottom and work our way up like we're tiling a roof, but we start working all these natural hooks and we hook them on to different parts, obviously starting at the bottom and working our way up, leading them across. You could weave all on here, but we're just going to start to move these all the way along, just a lattice effect, a lattice effect all the way along here, so crisscrossing all the way on here. Once we're happy that we've got this all the way across and then building our way all the way up, then we can start to add thatching. Lots of different things that we can use. So we can use ferns or bracken. Okay, if we're going to put this, obviously if we're going to take it from the ground, we need to snap it off first, or if we've got a knife, snap it and then cut it, because if you try and pull this from the ground, normally stays, hand moves up, you get loads of cuts. So we want this all facing down, all the same way, designed to catch rain and run into the roots. Okay, we want it the other way, so sticking up like so, so the rain then disperses off. So then once we're happy that we've got this all on here, we can start to lay all this on there. Any boughs will work. Okay, this is great bedding and also great thatching, not up this way but down this way. Let's start to lay that on like so. Then once you're happy you've got loads of greenery on there, we can get all this leaf litter, all this damp, wet, horrible leaf litter, and start piling it up all the way up. And that is going to give us a nice, not waterproof, but as good as we can, thatching on top of our shelter. Okay, we want it really from our fingertips to our elbows in depth. Okay, the more the better. Okay, it's going to help us keep this nice and warm and then keep it nice and dry as well. So that is the lean-to. Okay, we're going to move on to a thermal A-frame. Exactly the same pole, so I've got a nice long ridge pole. I'm still using my Y support sticks. I've got a tree as a backstop. Okay, so I'm putting my ridge pole up against a tree as a backstop. I can use a peg or a stump or something. One ridge pole, one Y stick with my ridge pole through. Then I'm going to take my other Y stick and I'm going to crisscross them in and interlock them in. I'm going to push these front legs just forward slightly. If they're forward, it's not going to tilt that way. I've been against my backstop, it's not going to go back. And then hopefully we'll take, there we go, take my body weight again. I can then put all my ribs on exactly the same as I would do with my lean-to, all the way down, getting down to smaller sticks down to the bottom, both sides. So my entrance is here. I could have then a fire out the front, a good pace away, or I can make this even smaller, turn it into a real thermal A-frame using my body heat to warm it. Again, thatching from fingertip at least to elbow in thickness on top, all the way down. Thatching, or should I say bedding, underneath as well to keep you off that damp, cold, wet. Finally, the hybrid version of a mix between the thermal A-frame and the lean-to. Okay, so I've got one tree, I've got one Y support, so you need less materials as well. I'm going to put my ridge pole up against the tree, my Y support up inside the tree here, pole just out, like so, and then again, I'll take my body weight, okay, and then I can lay down over just one side, so I can lay all my thatching down on this side, say here, or on the other side, and then I've got a nice open side. Uses less materials, quicker to construct, exactly the same process. So the ridge pole, nice strong ridge pole, lots of ribs, lots of nature's natural hooks, and then all your thatching material, lots of leaf litter, green boughs if you can get hold of them. So that's what the guys on the level 2 course are going to be sleeping in tonight. Hopefully they're all going to be building the hybrid version, a lot quicker, a lot easier. They're going to spend a couple of hours building these. If you've built these before, stayed in them, please leave it in the comments and let me know. Hope this helps, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Cheers for watching.